Elizabeth.
Rick, what are you doing here?
Well, it's official business, but I'm glad I ran into you. How you feeling?
I'm fine, thanks.
I know you were pretty upset when you found those drugs in Lucky's desk drawer, which is completely understandable considering everything you've been through with him.
Well, I'm dealing with it.
In case you haven't heard, Lucky's drug test came back negative.
Yes, I know.
You know, Lucky said that he has no idea how those drugs got in his drawer in the first place. We're conducting an in-house investigation to find out if somebody might have framed him.
Well, good. I hope you do prove that he was framed. But it's not going to make a difference for me. Because I realize I will never trust Lucky like I once did. Because too much damage has been done. And I don't want to live with the constant worry that he might start using again.
What about your kids?
I'm going to raise them on my own.
I think that would be a mistake. Children can't help but suffer when a parent is missing from their lives.
Maybe so, but kids are resilient.
Yeah, if they have to be. I'm just pointing out that it's not the ideal situation.
And neither is growing up in a household with two parents who are constantly having problems. There are plenty of single moms out there doing excellent jobs raising their kids. I've done it with Cam for most of his life. I could do it with this baby, too.
No, of course you can, but the question is, do you want to? Elizabeth, I know in your heart that you know it's better if they're raised with a father, and statistics and common sense bear that out.
So does that mean you're going to try to reconcile with Alexis?
Oh, no. Alexis and I are headed for a custody battle no matter what, and I'm sorry that happened. I'm going to make sure that Molly has a relationship with both of her parents.
And it doesn't mean you have to be together.
Maybe you're right. Look, if Molly were to wind up in a blended family, I'd be okay with it.
What have we got?
You have to help me.
Where's Dr. Lee? She's performing a C-section. I'm the on-call.
Maxie, you have to tell us what happened.
She fell down the stairs.
I think I'm bleeding. I have really bad cramps.
Let's get her examined.
Okay, I'll go with her. What happened to her?
We were just fighting. I pulled away and she fell down. I know what you're thinking. I wasn't on drugs.
I need to ask you a few questions. Should I call my lawyer? It depends. Did you plant drugs in Lucky Spencer's desk?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Maybe you want Elizabeth to think Lucky was using again? You got guys in your pocket on the force who wouldn't have been hard to set
I
up.
already told you I would never hurt Elizabeth.
I'm looking at...
Thanks. I know what you're thinking. That I was stoned and I lost it with Maxie the same way that I did with you that night in our apartment.
God, Lucky, what happened?
Elizabeth said she was leaving me. I got desperate. I grabbed her arm. We struggled, and she fell.
You didn't mean to.
But I did because of the pills, but that's not what happened here tonight. I have not touched any pills since I left the rehab.
I'm sure this was an accident.
Elizabeth, I wasn't high. I just wasn't thinking. I just shouldn't have fought with Maxie. I shouldn't have said the things that I did. She grabbed a hold of my arm and I pulled away and she fell.
Lucky, don't do this to yourself, okay?
I just made her believe that I didn't want the baby. She kept asking me to love it and I don't know. I felt like she was pressuring me and I even told her to give the baby away for adoption.
Lucky, this isn't your fault. You didn't want anything to happen to the baby.
I want to be a good father to both of my kids. Excuse me, Mr. Spencer. Are you innocent? It's okay. I'm sorry. Maxie lost the baby. Maxie must be devastated.
Yeah, she is.
Can I see her? Unless she doesn't want to see me.
No. She'd appreciate a visit.
I was such a bitch about the baby. I didn't even believe that Maxie was pregnant. I told Lucky to not let Maxie trap him.
You were just being a protective sister.
I was so convinced that Maxie wasn't even pregnant that I said stupid things like to go out and have an abortion, and I pressured Lucky to stay away from Maxie.
Maxie fell and lost the baby. This is not your fault. This is not his fault. It was an accident.
Yeah, but I can't help thinking about Lucky through all of this and what he's been through. His addiction and his recovery, and now everything with Maxie. I'm worried about him.
I am too.
I mean, I get why you need to take your space. I sort of get it, but I'm glad that you still have Lucky's baby.
Elizabeth is a friend of mine, you know that, right?
And she went through hell while Lucky was on drugs.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want her to get pulled back in and risk being hurt by Lucky again.
Okay, whatever Lucky does is up to him, but I'm not going to set him up to do it. I'm not going to hurt Elizabeth by making her think her husband started using drugs again. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah, are you sure the drugs are planted? Do we know if Lucky's using again?
No. Lucky seemed clean. He's been going to meetings. And he passed the drug test immediately after the drugs were found in his desk. Somebody set him up. And I want to believe him.
Was Rick Lansing anywhere near Lucky's desk when this happened? That's funny. I was just on my way to see you.
You were? Why?
Well, I heard about Lucky. Come on. Rodriguez came over and questioned me.
What?
Yeah,
You can't think that you put the pills in his
Well,
desk.
he's doing his job. He thought I might have motive, so...
No, that's absurd. They don't even have proof that the drugs were even planted. Although I can't help but wish that it was the truth, because that means Lucky was telling the truth and that he is clean.
What, you don't believe him?
I don't know. I mean, I've been lied to for so long and on this emotional roller coaster, and I just think it's time I cut myself off. And Maxie just miscarried Lucky's baby. Now he's already lost one child. How can I possibly take away his other by...
By what? Is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah, you can help me think this through. I don't want my children around Lucky, and I feel really bad about that because I know how much he loves Cam and how much Cam loves him, but I don't trust him anymore.
Wait, hold on. What if he's telling the truth? What if he's not using again?
How can I make that leap of faith? When I saw the pills, it brought back all the months of deception, all the times I believed him, and he lied to my face. I will forever doubt him, and that's not fair to either one of us.
Okay, how'd you find the pills in the first place?
I was talking to Rick, and I told him that I was going to leave a note for Lucky, so he opened the drawer to get me something to write on, and then he quickly shut it and tried to cover by telling me to just leave a message on his cell, and I could tell something was up, so I insisted on looking in the drawer, and so I saw the pills.
Elizabeth, we're talking about Rick Lansing here, okay? He could have seen this as a way to make you end it with Lucky for good.
No. Rick wouldn't even go
I
that
don't
far.
think it was a coincidence that Rick was there. I think he planted those pills and he made this big show of covering because he wanted you to look in the drawer and find them. Rick set you up.
I hold no malice